Hey guys, Mark the Emergency Prep Guy. I want to talk about something that's kind of been on everyone's mind lately with the tornadoes and the earthquakes going on lately, and that is the 72-hour kit, or also known as the bug out bag. And this is something that I've been getting a lot of requests to do. So I thought I'll pull my family's stuff out and we'll just go over it piece by piece and let you see what I've packed, and I'll try and explain why I packed it. But first, it's the family manual, the home manual. You've seen this before. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because when it comes to 72-hour kits or bug out bags, I document everything in the manual. So when it comes time to update my 72-hour kits, I don't have to lay the kits out and pull every little thing out. I know what's in here, and I know when it expires. I know when the food items are going bad, and I know when the medications and whatnot are going to expire. So I can go to this first and see where I'm at, and then go after what I need to go after. I document the clothes and what sizes are in here for my kids. So I believe this is a really crucial part of all of your emergency preparedness, but in particular, or in this case, 72-hour kits and bug out bags. So to start off with, got the adult 72-hour kit and a child 72-hour kit, and the contents are for the most part the same. There's things I didn't include in the child kits that I felt maybe they didn't need like the adult does, and those things will be quite apparent as I cover them. But so for that reason, I'm probably not going to go through the child kit individually, as the adult kit is kind of you can deduce what a child would need based on what the adult has. So I'm going to set that right there, but I will go through my kit to begin with. This is my personal kit, and the very first thing at the very top, I keep work gloves, very accessible, leather gloves. Keep those, you take care of those hands, they'll take care of you. That's what I always feel like. I also have gloves in my bed kit. I just think it's really important to keep those hands taken care of. So as I get into this, I'm just going to start randomly pulling items out that I have. I got this 550 paracord. I kind of have a lot of this stuff. All the kits have them. They're also in the family kit here, or the master kits as I call them. It's very useful stuff. And then I've got my light kit. And what I mean by that is I have a flashlight and I've got a headlamp. And again, everybody has these in their kits. These are not stored in a ready state. And what I mean by that is the batteries are not in them. You've all stored something long-term with batteries, and when you needed to use it, you found out that the batteries are not only dead, but have corroded and damaged your device. So these aren't stored ready. I got batteries all ready to go. I actually keep rechargeable batteries. They're easy to swap out and recharge, and also in an emergency, as we get into it later, I've got rechargers in here for this stuff. And then I got a pocket knife. The adults have them, not necessarily the kids. Depending on their age, I will graduate them to a knife and those types of items. Everyone's got an emergency blanket. Everyone's got a personal hygiene kit. And in here, deodorant. There's a whistle. I have a poncho. Hand warmers. I've got lotion, shampoo, chapstick, hand sanitizer, toothbrush, toothpaste, hand soap, and I also keep triple antibiotic ointment, or Neosporin or something similar. Plastic fork, plastic spoon. I also have a little can opener in there. And then other items as necessary, whether it's feminine hygiene products or medications that's specific to you. I would include those in that as well. And then I kind of get down in, well, let's see, I'll get into this first. Everyone has a little towel. It's just a hand towel is all it is. It's microfiber, decent size towel. You wash your hands, face, dry off. whatever you need to do. They're kind of nice to have. You saw how small of a case it was rolled up in. So those are decent. And then food items in a 72-hour kit. I want to make the point that this isn't stuff I eat all the time. As I get into this, you'll be like, really, ramen? Well, I've chosen the items I've chosen based on ease of use and convenience. So first of all, beef jerky. And I also want to point out, food items, I address these every 6 months, spring and fall, basically when the clocks change. Daylight savings, I'll pull out the kits and replace what needs to be replaced, and that definitely includes the food items. The beef jerky is not really good for much more than 6 or 8 months, so those need to be replaced. But I include that and I replace it. Like I said, ramen, real easy to make. And I have, each kit has 1 or 2 of these freeze-dried packs of food. They're just add water, heat them up. I've got a stove in here. I'll show you shortly, a little camp stove. Very easy, 5 to 7 minutes, and you got a whole meal. 5 servings. So each person has one of these. This will serve a whole family for 1 meal. So while I call these 72-hour kits, I probably have enough food for 96 or even 5 days. And then here's more of my food kit. These are your quicker grab and go comfort items maybe. Granola bars are in here, hard candies. I do have Easy Mac and instant oatmeal is in here. Can't see this very well, but I've documented all the food items that are in here, including the updated date. So I know what's in every kit and when I updated it. This one I last updated March 3rd of this year. So a little over a month ago. I like peanut butter. So I keep a thing of peanut butter. I can take a spoon and eat this quite easily for a while. And then we get into some of the canned foods. Everyone has a cup that they can use to heat their stuff up. Everyone's got one of those. And then for the canned food, this is just the chicken breast in a can from Costco. I can eat that right out of the can. It's good protein, easy. Doesn't really need to be heated up. Tuna, same thing. Some people can't eat it that way, but I can, so I pack it. Pack what works for you. Progresso clam chowder. Again, easy for me. Pop top, don't even need the can opener. There's some more items we'll get in here. I keep some soup in here just because it's just so easy to heat up. And then I get to my clothes items. And I keep my clothes in a dry bag. Along with, let me pull this out, along with a big blanket. This is in a Ziploc bag, but just all kits have an individual blanket. But I keep them in the dry bag because whether one of my cans of food explodes or if we have to bug out and it's raining, I don't want my clothes to be wet if I need them. And anything else that you feel like you need dry, like that blanket's in there. That's really what I have in there. Anything that I want kept dry goes in the dry bag. All my kits have the dry bag. That might be overboard for some, but for me, I felt it was a fairly inexpensive way to hedge against some difficult hours following an emergency. And then I keep some water. I just use 2-liter bottles. I replace these every 6 months or every year. And then just more canned food, I guess tuna fish, and that's everything else that's in there. And then I've got the, in addition to the 2 liters, or the 4 liters rather, of water I got there, I got the water bottle stored right there. And on this side, I really am not going to go into this very much, but I do keep ammunition, about 100 rounds in here. It's personal choice. I keep it with my kit and my kit only. None of the other kits have it, and I'll get into a little more with that shortly here. So that is the adult kit. you can see how the kid kit would be very similar. Pick foods that they want, clothes that they use, tailor the hygiene stuff to them. And also, if you have kids that are in diapers or pull-ups, don't forget that. I no longer have kids in diapers, but I still keep wipes in my master kit because they're so convenient. And I'll get to that shortly. So that was my kit. My wife's kit's almost identical, and then of course kid kits. Let's see, get to that shortly. These are what I call the master kits, and I have 2 of them, and these are kind of the community use items for my family. I have buckets. These buckets have a plastic handle. I don't like this. I'm switching over to a Home Depot style bucket that has a metal handle. I've had these break as they get brittle, and I just don't want to be carrying a bucket when the handle breaks. So I'm going to switch these out, but nonetheless, why do I use buckets? Because in the event of an emergency and you are displaced outside the home, you're going to need to take care of some physiological needs, which is where this comes in handy. This is a toilet lid, fits on top of these buckets. It's very nice. The stuff that I need to work with this, like bags and stuff, are all stored in here. So that's something I recommend you have as well, especially if you use my bucket method, which may or may not work for you. Going through this kit, here's your toilet paper. Then I've got dish soap. I got another towel that I'd showed you before, hand towel. All the kits have them. This is one that's more for the maybe drying dishes and whatnot. Hurricane tape. I got a water filter that I like, and I'll talk about these in future modules. I also have water individual filters. These are Life Straws, and I like these a lot. So I have several different methods of dealing with water. I feel like water is the most important thing for us. So filter it here, individual filters. I have tablets that I'll get into shortly here, and also I can boil water. So that covers kind of my rule of 3s. Every time I discuss an item such as like water or fire, cooking rather, I want to have a way to do it 3 times over. So that's my 3 methods with the water. Clips, maybe unnecessary for some. I like having the clips around. Notepad, a Sharpie, a couple pens. Then I've got a survival handbook. It's an SAS. How to Survive in the Wild in Any Climate on Land or Sea. It's written by a guy named John Wiseman, and this has got some really cool stuff in there. And then also getting into, let's see, I got sponges for cleaning up after meals. Here's where I got my water purification tablets. Hurricane matches in a waterproof case, and of course, got a sewing kit. I do recommend having one of those. This bag, I don't really need to open it up. This is got, it's my entertainment kit, basically. Playing cards, couple decks, Uno. I also got a book in here if you're religious in any way. I recommend Bible or whatever it is your religion revolves around. So I got that in there. And got some extra measuring cups, drinking cups, family use stuff. And this, I should put this out front. This is our mess kit. This has got all our pots and pans. And I'm not going to pull them apart. You've seen a typical mess kit, bigger pot, smaller pot, but also in here, just because they fit, multi-purpose Leatherman type tool. Also, I talked about that pair of 550 heavy-duty cord. Also, a stove. This is my little camp stove. This would be really an emergency if I were using this, but I have it. It's small, screws right onto the top of my fuel, and I can at least boil water, heat up food, whatever needs to be done. And it takes us to about the end of this kit. I got a bunch of bags and sacks, all different sizes, Sanders bags, gallon bags, quart bags, all Ziplocs here. And then I've got garbage bags, the great big leaf bags. I got the 13-gallon bags, which are kind of what I would use here in the event I had to use this as a makeshift latrine. And then also with in my bin that I keep all this stuff in upstairs, I've got Clorox for cleaning purposes. Again, with the idea that this is going to be used as a latrine. Kitty litter is not a bad idea. Gloves, like rubber gloves, sanitation gloves, and the second master kit. Go through this one real quick. Don't forget your pets. I have dogs, so I have 3 days worth of dog food, and I do rotate this out on the same schedule I rotate our food, so the dogs aren't going to have stale dog food. And then I've got a foldable, collapsible shovel. Here I've got, this is where I keep spare cash, small bills, compass, extra matches. I've got what are called wet fire, wet or dry, no matter what, this stuff lights very easily. I've got this, these Strike Anywhere flint and steel, basically. Again, that's a backup for fire. Lighters, same thing. It's just a backup. So I got matches, lighters, flint and steel. Those are my rule of threes. So this is really kind of sort of most stuff in here is for fire starting purposes. AM, FM, solar powered hand crank radio. And then I've got some charging items in here. Various charger cords for iPhones, for devices, whatever you feel like you're going to need to be charging, I have spare cords for them. And then also, these are charging ports or bases for my radios, which I'll get to very shortly. Ham radios for communication. And then, so you're seeing all this stuff for charging, like, well, how are you going to charge it? I've got a solar powered charger. So these are all solar panels. I can lay this out in the sun, and then right in here are two USB ports. You can plug any of these devices, your phone, anything you want to charge, you just plug into there and just let it go, and it's not as necessarily as quick as plugging it into your wall, but it'll get the job done. So I've got that, and then this, it's in a box, but what this is the USB battery chargers. So my AA and AAA batteries, I can put them in here, plug this into my solar panel, and I can charge my all my battery powered devices, or the batteries for them. I also keep a external power bank. I think this is a 10,000 milliamp hour. It's just extra power. You know, it'll eventually die too. I can recharge it, but it might be nice to have. Glow sticks, snap lights, basically glow sticks. I carry plenty of these around, more for the kids. And then I got first aid kit, which I believe is a must. And then I talked about the wipes. I don't have kids anymore in diapers, but the wipes are so handy. I have these in all our cars. I got them in our 72-hour kits. They're just really handy. And when they dry out, you can just pour a little bit of water in, and they're good to go again. So if you can handle the bulk and the weight, I think it's a good item to have. Final item is in here, and this is a little ammo box, basically, is what it is. I normally keep this locked. It's in a separate container, but it stays with all my 72-hour kit stuff. And the reason why is because I use this often. When I'm going camping or up to our cabin, I just grab this box and I can put it right back and it's ready to go with her 72-hour kit. But what I got in here basically are the I have 4 ham radios in here, and if something happens, I can at least be in communication with my family really easily. They're all set up and ready to go on a pre-designated frequency. I do have my ham radio license, and then also personal preference, it's up to you guys what you do, but this is also where I keep one of my handguns, hence the ammo that's in my 72-hour kit. I keep the 2 separate, make sure one of them is locked, whether it's the ammo or the gun. In this case, it's the gun itself. So that is how we are set up with our 72-hour kits. And as you're looking over this stuff, I want you guys to ask yourself if what I've packed is what you would pack, or really change it up for what you guys feel you need for your family. Maybe you don't need the power bank. Maybe you feel like you don't need the shovel, or you would like something that I didn't include. I'm also curious to hear your critiques or your thoughts in the comments. This module will be on my blog at www.emergencypreputah.com. My Instagram is the Emergency Prep Guy. Facebook, same thing, it's the Emergency Prep Guy. You can leave comments there as I post this. I'd like to hear what you guys have included, what you feel is unnecessary, because I'm learning from all the comments, and I like to see your guys' input on the items, the reasons you carry stuff, reasons you've opted not to. Maybe I've forgotten something. Let me know. I'd like to hear. Again, check out the blog at emergencypreputah.com for further explanation on all of this module and all the other modules that we've done in the past and will continue to do. Appreciate you guys watching. I hope I've cleared up some questions. I hope I've gotten you to get back to your 72-hour kits, or if you don't have any, I hope I've given you motivation to get one started. As the last thought, the backpacks, I'm particular about backpacks. I've owned several of them in the past. Some I like, some I don't. What you'll find is most backpacks are fairly cheap. You load them up with what you feel you need as part of your kit, and you pick it up, and the arm strap is ripping off because it's just heavy. I found this trail hiker backpack, which I love it. I wish I could get more. I got it from Emergency Essentials, and they say they just don't make it anymore. But it's a hiker's backpack with the waist strap, and that's what I liked about it. The red ones I have, they're okay. They work. Also got them from Emergency Essentials, but as my kids get older, the backpacks seem to be getting smaller for the items I need for them. So if I could go back and do it again, I would have just gotten everyone one of the trail hiker backpacks. But as it is now, I'm going to have to find a replacement for those, an alternative to that backpack for my kids. And I'll do that. There's tons of backpacks out there. But anyway, I hope this has cleared up some questions. And again, look for me on Instagram, The Emergency Prep Guy, Facebook, The Emergency Prep Guy. And don't forget, check out my blog, emergencypreputah.com. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate it.